3, 2, 1.
Jersey.
Scar. What did you say, David?
Jersey.
Fork.
I said scar. 3, 2, 1.
Metal
Last
Piece.
meal for a prisoner.
What did you say?
Meta World Peace.
What did you say?
I said the last meal for a prisoner.
What did you say?
I said a football game.
Hey man, you heard about it? It's AJD.
What up, ladies and gentlemen?
We back.
If you didn't understand the game in the cold open, neither did we.
No. It's okay though. It's alright. It's not like we took 4 attempts to play that silly game.
First attempt.
Yeah.
Definitely first attempt. But that being said, I got a question for you.
What's up?
Even for the audience as well.
Okay.
Because we're all going to face it. It's inevitable.
Alright.
But are you guys scared to grow old?
Not to grow old.
Yeah, I'm scared because I'm scared that I'm gonna become
One of the evil old people?
not evil, more just useless.
Useless?
Useless
Yeah.
old.
A dependent.
A dependent. Yes.
Yeah.
Is that the right word?
Yeah.
So why aren't you scared?
Yeah.
Because there's huge pros and cons to each one, being young and being older.
Because I don't give a shit.
Yeah?
Once I become to the point where I'm dependent, because I'm gonna do everything in my power to not be a dependent motherfucker.
Okay.
Where I need people to take care of me. But once I get to that point, respectfully, I'm writing it out to my family. Done. Like I'm gone. I'm not living a life where somebody's got to bring me soup 3 times a day, and I'm like laying in bed.
But
for
you
other
don't think
people.
you deserve that? You don't think you deserve to be treated like
Especially living through that whole life,
It's not-
providing,
It's not more
giving,
that.
working.
It's more a thing of like at that point, I'm just living for other people.
okay.
You know, like
Yeah.
that's how I personally feel. Like whenever I see other like elder people who are dependent and living in that state, I rock for them. I'll provide for them as much as I possibly can. I'll stick up for them. I'll go to bat for them any day of the week, any second, any hour. But personally, I just don't want to be that.
Yeah?
Like I don't want to be dependent on other people to the point where like if I need to get up and take a shit, I need to hit a button and have somebody help me get up, help me sit down on the toilet.
And help you wait there and then help you wipe your ass.
Yeah, and like help me wipe my ass and get up.
Yeah.
I don't want to become that dependent. Now, if I'm dependent to the point where like I don't want to get up and get food, and I'm like, hey, can you give me something? That's something different.
Yeah.
But if I can't do basic human function, that's whenever I'm like, nah.
I got you.
This is my time to go.
When I was looking at this question, I was looking at like leading up to the old life, like retirement plans, family, grandchildren, things like that.
Can't wait to have grandkids.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, but think about to the point where every day there's a doctor's visit. Every day, and think about some old people don't really have.
Do we
like-
want to set an age in mind? Because
To me, now that I've grown, I feel like old is like 75.
I was thinking
Yeah.
the same thing. I was
Like,
thinking the same
really?
thing.
Like,
Yeah.
there's a lot of people who are like 65 that are still running triathlons.
Okay.
that's
Should we
fast.
They're
set a even further bar
I
of
was-
like 80, 85?
85
Yeah.
Okay.
is because you're on the home stretch
Yeah.
at that point.
Damn.
Wow.
That's,
Wow.
that's a way to word it.
Keeping it a buck with you. You've lived a
But
great life.
He's real. That's
Yes.
real. Like once you hit 80, 85, that's whenever you got to start like.
You just gotta chillax like Thanos and just
my will. I feel like the build up to that point doesn't scare me.
yeah.
It's once I'm there is gonna scare me. 'Cause
It's
I'm,
the
I'm
fall.
so much more afraid of death itself than getting to that point.
But that comes with growing old.
And I get that, but while I'm growing to that point, I'm focused on that. Once death is in the picture, which death is in the picture every day.
Yes.
Let's be real. Any
Honestly.
second, any hour. It's here.
Oof.
But like once you get to that age, at that point it's imminent.
Yeah. Facts.
Especially if you have underlying health issues,
Which are super common.
which is super common once you
Super,
get to that
super
age.
common.
Whether it's cancer, any type of like Alzheimer's,
Disease, heart disease, yeah,
literally
anything.
any common cold can wipe you out. Like
Any of your
anything.
organs could have a small problem and then it would just
Yeah.
grow.
anything.
You sounded like you wanted to say something.
I'm just thinking the fact that like I don't necessarily think I think I'm so against. I don't want to get old so badly that because of the fact that I'm not scared of death, but more or less that I'm scared of those 3 or 5 minutes you have before you die.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, some people don't know they have those minutes. So,
but some people do.
yeah.
Some
and
people are like,
I would
want
rather
my
know I have
family
those.
around me real
Yeah.
quick. Bring my family in, and let me tell them something before I go, because I know today's the day. Like, I've had experiences when.
I'm gonna move that to a second segment because we can dive so much deeper into that.
Okay.
I want to move that to a second segment.
Well,
Okay.
Let me just get to the point. What I'm saying is, like, I'm scared that if I'm alone, I'm gonna have this, like,
Panic attack.
yeah, or some sort of like, what's that word
Deep.
you have when something like hits you? It's such a great
Epiphany?
epiphany that my whole life has either been worthless or has been full of regret or something. Like, I feel like in those 5 minutes, I'm gonna just look back upon my life.
All the bad things.
Yeah.
You just got to look in the good things.
I want to acknowledge that you said that, but I want to have my comeback in the second segment
Okay.
because we can debate on this.
Okay.
But I want to continue on with the growing old topic for now.
All right.
But I don't know, like growing old just doesn't scare me that much.
it,
You're right.
it really doesn't.
Because the journey, it's all about the journey to
Yeah.
me, and the journey excites me more than anything.
I think that's what's fueling
it's
my
the-
journey right now.
It's the destination that scares me.
Okay.
It's the destination of like you were saying, of those last 3 to 5 minutes. That part scares me. But the journey of getting to be 80, 85, like higher power willing, that part excites me.
I got you. Should we pause for this juice?
Nah, he'd be alright.
Yeah. I was the only, like, the remorse and everything. That's only if my journey wasn't fulfilled to my expectations. Like, if I didn't get my dreams done, if I didn't get the goals and everything I wanted to, then I would have that epiphany. But say I played all my cards right,
Okay.
achieved my goals, this and that, then those last 5 minutes I would be chilling so hard.
I feel like even if I didn't get all of my dreams done,
I wouldn't say like all of them, but
I would still like sit back and just be like, I could have done more,
I feel
but I'm okay with what I did.
I
Yeah.
think it's a matter
And I
of being
would
okay with
Grow
what
to
you've
have
done. Yeah.
some type of acceptance
that's
with
something you have
what
to
I
have.
did, what I'm leaving, and what I'm taking.
But we all got to remember that we are. David's 19,
Yeah.
about to be 19, or you are 19.
I'm about to be 20.
Yeah, you're about to be 20.
Then we're about to be
You're about to be
19.
19. So we don't really have to. We can take these thoughts and kind of
Sit
put
on
to
'em.
use. You
Because
know?
it's fuel to the fire.
Yeah. Right.
Like my only fear about growing old is just the fact that I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and be 50,
Yeah.
and my whole life has been spent on a 9 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
There's a
You know, a
book-
9 to 5 doesn't necessarily have to be a 9 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean by that?
It could be. You could be wasting your time on something else rather than just a job, quarter say. You know.
But-
you could be wasting your time.
and
on,
I get that.
You know.
But I mean more the connotation of a 9 to 5 than a 9 to 5.
I got you.
But I read this book one time. It's called The 12 Pillars, and I highly suggest that people read it
Okay.
because it talks about the 12 pillars of a successful life. And I'm not going to get super into specifics because talking about it can get kind of boring, but reading it, it's very interesting. You follow
Not
this
bad.
man in a failed marriage. He's not close with his family, and he drives by this mansion who the owner is gardening, but you don't know it's the owner yet. And so he just gets to talking to this guy about how life is very important and how your dreams are something that fuels you, and a lot of the population, once they get past 25 to 30, just kind of give up on their dreams without really ever giving it a shot. They never give what they want to do a shot before they just get comfortable in their 9 to 5
Or get stuck in it.
yeah, to
Because
where
that's a huge factor too. Some people just get stuck in that.
yeah, and that's has to do with a bit of comfortability, but they also feel obligated to stay. All right, so carrying on with the last 3 to 5 minutes part of the talk. And you said that you're afraid of having a panic attack.
Epiphany.
An epiphany.
I would say, but in a negative scale.
Well,
of like,
here's my thing with that. And here's why I wouldn't want to have my family around if that were the case. One, I wouldn't want my family to watch me die.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't want them to be in the room.
Have that memory.
But you wouldn't give your last words to them?
I would tell them how I feel, and then
I'd send them out.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you'd be alone for your last
100%.
Yeah.
I'd have my last moments be a self-reflection.
Yeah, absolutely.
But say it's a bad one. I don't want my family's last memory of me ever to be me flipping the fuck out.
Possibly even bawling my eyes out.
And then dying.
You know what's crazy? Is like, in true reality, having those last 5 minutes, if you really think about it, is a blessing.
It's such a blessing.
It's such a blessing to have. And I don't know, if I have the chance to have one, I feel like it'd be wasted upon me going, I could have done this.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be wasted if you think like that.
Yeah, I think that really is what's fueling the way I live.
But my thing about it is if I were to have one like that, and I was like, I could have done this, it would always be backed up by, but I did this.
But
You know, like, I could have done this and made a lot of money. But instead, I had a great life.
Because no matter what, your achievements are your achievements.
Yeah, with a beautiful significant other. And we had beautiful kids who gave me beautiful
great
grandkids who blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I could have done this and provided for them more, but instead I allowed them the opportunity to do this.
Would that, in a way, be you separating you from your ego of like, I could have done that.
Absolutely.
But
because in the last 5 minutes, ego don't mean shit.
I think about that a lot. I think about what are ways I can separate, because I find it that a lot of my problems now are due to the fact that I think about my ego too often.
Facts.
I think about like who
Javier is.
Yeah, and I try to find ways to separate me from my ego. I don't know how to describe it.
One thing that I've always especially
try to be the most balanced human being possible.
Yeah, exactly.
One thing that's really
it's hard.
It is hard.
Shocked me mindset wise. I want to say I heard it 6 months ago, was be so strong that you can be soft.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So be so strong in so many different ways, whether that be physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Be so strong that you can be soft. And you're I'm trying to find a way to word it to where it sounds the way that I want to portray it as.
Be so strong that you're okay with being soft whenever you got to be soft, is what you're saying?
Yes, but people in life that you just view as a weak person.
Okay.
Yeah.
That if shit were to hit the fan for them, they would never recover.
Okay.
If the slightest inconvenience happens to them on a day, that entire day is ruined. But you also know people that, their mom died. They're going to still wake up at 7 a.m. and go to their 9 to 5.
Right.
And then go to the gym after work. And then go buy groceries, go home, cook dinner for their family of 6.
Mm-hmm.
And go to bed that night. And the next morning, wake up and do the same thing. And those are be so strong in the sense of, in moments like that, you can show that soft side.
Mm-hmm.
But still
be hard as a rock.
Yeah. You still maintained that mentality of no matter what's going on,
I feel like
you're an accountable and
I think that's an unrealistic ideal. I think that's, how do you find strength in such a deep and depressing moment in your life like that?
There's strength in weakness, 100%.
Yeah, but I don't know, that I'm speaking from someone that's not me, you, or you.
Yeah.
From someone that doesn't take pain in a strong way. How would someone go about
coping with it?
Yeah. How would someone go about finding strength in the weakest moments of their lives? What helps you guys?
Dig deep, bro. You gotta just think of the most positive shits in your life.
I'm asking you
like,
guys.
You gotta reflect.
What helps you guys? What do you guys reflect on?
Reflecting.
Honestly,
It's-
when I was like real bad,
Right.
like I was real fucking down. What honest to God helped me was like tried and true real therapy.
Yeah.
100%. I went to therapy. I went to 3 different therapists. The third one, I went to her for 4 or 5 months, once a week, and it honestly changed my life.
Okay.
Because I started going to her, and then about a month in, my best friend's dad at the time passed.
Right.
One of our friends at school, and my grandpa died in the same week. And it was like Sunday, Wednesday, Sunday. Like in a rolling calendar week, 3 people
Just
who I was close
bam.
to, just
Bam.
back to back to back.
Yeah.
Bam.
And I was about a month into therapy with her. So we had broken a lot of like boundaries already of knowing each other on a personal level, to where I felt comfortable like talking to her about it,
Okay.
about stuff like that. So like that Thursday came around, I told her about the first 2, and the next Thursday came around, and I was like, yep, boom. And it really helped just having that somebody that like
Listen.
is specifically there to just listen to you. And maybe not even necessarily provide outlook, provide answers, provide anything, but just knowing that you have an unbiased person in your life that no matter what is their job is to sit there and listen to you is really nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think that for a lot of people, myself included, that really helped me the most.
Yeah, I've definitely been a therapist hater my entire
Really?
life. No
Really?
doubt. I've always
All right, Rick.
I've always
Yeah, oh God.
I've always figured therapists never helped. Every time I've talked to someone who had a therapist while growing up, they've always gave me bad stories. Every time I spoke,
Oh, I have
So you
plenty
just
of
caught
bad
the bad?
yeah, I only
have
heard
plenty of bad stories.
therapist stories. You
But
know,
He's been through 3.
My outlook
mean-
about it is
Not all of them are professional.
my first therapist tried to turn me to religion
oh.
and told me that like Jesus would solve all my problems. And so I was like, no. Respectfully,
It's not the time.
yeah, like it's not the time for me to like dive deep into
Especially
that right
with those
now.
3 different things
But why
that
not?
happened.
I don't think that was the time for me to get pushed onto
Yeah,
something like that.
I guess so.
You know,
But if
like
it's-
there was a lot of personal stuff that I had to deal with personally that I couldn't just be like, God, please help me with my problems.
Okay.
You know, like there
isn't
was
that
stuff
what
that I
you're
had-
doing with a therapist though?
but you're talking to another person. You know, like you're
Okay.
having a human connection with another human.
Right.
Who's there for you, who you see physically in the flesh, which I think with a lot of people is what helps.
Yeah, but
Instead
that
of
same
just
person
talking
is,
to a being that you believe in, you
Yeah.
know?
I guess so, but
Huge
like,
And
difference.
it's to each their own, you know?
what I'm saying is that therapist is programmed and went to school just so that she can break down the kind of character you are and figure out a way to. She's made like the program. He or she is there so that you can feel vulnerable enough to share information that you've never shared before. And then, like you said before, you go from doing that, which is the hardest thing you've ever done, to doing it to multiple people. While on the other hand, you know,
Do you have locals at your store that you like?
yeah,
Yeah,
I do.
And you have random people.
I do, yeah,
It don't matter. You treat them all the same, right?
yeah,
Yeah. But I mean, either way, you treat them all the same.
correct.
That's what therapists do. They're always gonna try solving your problem, and that's what she did to him. They
Yeah,
always
but
go
in
back
order
in.
to solve that problem, you have to make that patient feel like they're in a safe area, a safer area than they've ever felt in their lives, to the point where they have to share something either truly traumatic that
They don't have to, you know, that's the thing about therapy is you don't share what you don't want to share.
and
You
then
know?
you pay to go see her the next time so that she can try it again. or he. I don't know why I think it's she.
I don't
know how it works.
I don't understand your mindset about it of like therapists are out to get you.
I don't know why either.
They're out to-
I think they just are, right?
They're out to break you down
Because
and reach into your soft
thing
spots and play with
the
them.
thing
That's,
about it-
that's what you're making it sound
yeah.
like.
Tickle your
Like-
balls, right?
The thing about therapy to me is the fact of like therapists, at least in my experience, a good therapist wants to get to know you as a person,
Yeah.
not just your trauma.
Okay. So
They want to get to know what you like,
What was the issue
what
with
you
the
do in a
second?
day-to-day
What
life.
you've been through.
Okay. What was the issue with the second therapist?
That
Yeah.
therapist flat out told me it was my fault.
Oh my god.
And I dipped.
Gotcha.
I never went back.
Yeah, dude.
Oh fuck.
And he was just a dick.
Well, maybe you were right.
Yeah.
Maybe you got a point.
Maybe I got a point.
See, and
You
that's
see?
that's what
I
I'm
just
saying.
think you just have to find a good human
You
being.
have to find your therapist.
You just gotta
Yeah.
keep on throwing out the dartboard until
Until you hit the
you hit
bullseye.
bullseye.
and I'm not saying therapy is for everybody.
All right.
I'm
Yeah.
not saying that at all. Like a lot of people that we just see in our day-to-day life are perfectly fine with taking it on the chin, charging into the game, and waking up the next day.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people need that outlet of a non-biased person in their life that doesn't know anything else about the situation but what they tell them, to then go in and just support them.
Right.
They need that support system because they're not getting it elsewhere in their life.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think was what helped me a lot, was knowing that there was somebody that supported me.
Amen.
Facts.
So, completely steer away from.
All that deep stuff.
So I was at work. If you don't know how we all work at a gas station. We all talk to the public a lot of the time.
lot.
That's basically our job.
And the public just talks to us most of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even when we don't expect it.
And there's a lot of weird things.
Interesting people.
Including
the public.
weird things they say.
Absolutely.
If you, for example, if you ask an old head to buy Marlboro Reds, they'll call them cowboy killers. If you ask them to go to the Missouri casinos, they'll go, "Oh, do you mean the boats?" You know.
Mm-hmm.
So here's one that I've never heard in my life, and tell me if you guys heard this one, and what you guys would do if you guys did hear this one.
Okay.
I'm
So you're
talk-
putting me in your scenario.
Yeah, I'm talking
Yeah.
to my friend. You're talking to your friend, right?
Yeah.
And we're talking about height. He's saying that you're shorter than him, but in reality, it's just a slant that he's on because of the clerk stand. And he's saying, "No, I'm actually taller than you. It's the shoes that you're wearing. Your 97s add on a couple of inches." And then he goes, "No," or I say, "No, my dad, he's the natural tall Mexican. You see, it's not in his genetics to be tall, but he's just naturally tall. I get it from him." This guy comes around the corner.
I know one thing about tall Mexicans.
Excuse me, I can tell you a thing or two about tall Mexicans.
Did I hear tall Mexicans?
I thought that's where this was going.
Yeah, me too.
He goes, "My dad wasn't so tall," and
He also wasn't so Mexican.
he comes up and he's like, "My dad wasn't so tall," and we're like, "How tall is your dad?" And he says, "My dad was -6 feet." And in my head, I say, he didn't mean to say negative, and I go verbally out loud. I say, "Couldn't be me."
Oh.
I proceed to ring him up, and he leaves. Right? We laugh. He leaves.
Oh, he laughed?
He laughs. He leaves.
Okay.
We don't talk that much after that. We don't talk. We don't communicate after that. It's not until my friend, good old buddy of mine, is like, "You know his dad's dead, right?" I was like, "How did you know that?"
6 feet under, bro.
He's 6 feet.
How did you
under.
not get that? How did you not read the situation?
I proceeded to walk.
I smashed his dad.
I proceeded to walk to the back of our store and smash my head into the brick wall
And just reflect.
and just die and crumble.
Imagine.
And fall apart inside.
All
Wow.
could be me.
What would you? Who says that?
Yeah.
Let's just start
That's
there.
fucked
Who
up.
says my dad is -6 feet tall?
Cause
He's looking at the bright side.
yeah, he's like trying to be optimistic and make a joke about it, and your dickhead ass went,
Yeah.
man, couldn't be me. You done, brother?
This is gonna be $6.99.
Yeah.
$6.99.
Like, god
Want a bag
damn.
receipt?
Imagine he tried to make a joke, just expected you guys to laugh
Yeah.
and just be like, man, I'm so sorry, but
That man was looking for some light in his day.
man, simply,
bullied him.
bruh, couldn't fucking be me.
Sucks to fucking
Is
suck.
that all you're gonna buy, baby dick ass? Fucking fuck you, bitch. Like, you damn.
That's so fucked.
That's so funny.
The rest
and
of the
that's
day,
such
dude.
a you situation.
Absolutely.
Like only you would misunderstand
Absolutely.
I couldn't process, comprehend what was happening for the rest of the day. I couldn't live.
that. That's all you can think about.
Like I feel
Exactly.
bad by accidentally like referring to a woman as sir, vice versa.
But
Imagine that,
Yes,
bro.
bro.
imagine how
Oh.
much it eats at you.
Dog,
You
okay.
just can't, dude.
Continuing on with work stories, I had this dude come into my store, and like where my store is located, like we're in a pretty good area.
Yeah.
Like we don't get a whole lot of tweakers, we don't get a whole lot of anything. This dude was fucking tweaking. This dude comes in and he's having two different conversations. One of them is with me and the other one is just in the air.
To
right?
himself.
Right? Yeah. So he puts all of his shit on the counter. And I'm like, hello, how are you? Doing good, man. How are you? Man, if I fuck anybody up, if you see my fucking way, bro, I swear to fucking God, I'll fuck anybody up right now. I'll fuck go toe to toe with anybody fucking right now.
I've had one
On
of
and
those
on.
dudes, bro.
And so I'm like, yeah, boss, man, I'm doing good. Will this be it for you today? Yeah, brother, that's gonna be it. Man, I'll fuck anybody fucking up. Cross me and see what fucking happens. I'll fuck you the fuck up. And he's like looking at me the whole time. So I think he's saying both of these things to me. And so I just play it cool. I continue on because there's like a 5-foot gap of check stand in our way, and I'm elevated.
Right.
So
Yeah.
worst case scenario, he reaches for me, I duck and I dip.
Yeah.
So I feel safe. And then I'm like, all right, man, that'll be it. It'll be $7.98, whatever the check the price was. Right up there whenever you're ready. Would you like a bag? Yeah, man, if you could get me a bag, I'd really appreciate it. Man, I can get you whatever the fuck you want. You know, if you want hookers, strippers, drugs, money, whatever the fuck you want, but I can get it all for you right now. You just let me know
Are
when I
these
fucking know
like
a guy.
quoted?
Yes, like this is what
What?
he's saying.
What did you say after that?
I never acknowledged the second conversation that he was having.
Never.
No,
Not
because
even once.
no, because
Not even after the hookers.
Yeah.
I could hear the differentiation in his voice. Like, play me, and I'm gonna be him.
Okay.
All right.
What up, boss? Welcome in.
Hey, man. Thanks. Yeah.
So yeah, man, I'll fuck
So
anybody up
that
right
can
now.
be it for us.
Yeah, man. That'll be it. Just what's there?
All right.
Fuck anybody up right now. Cross me
Be
right now. See what
$6.69.
fucking happens.
Yeah. Here's $7.
Man, I'll fuck anybody up. I can get you whatever you want over there.
Did you want a
hookers
bag or
or-
receipt?
Yeah. Can I get a bag? And can you put the receipt in the bag, please?
Yeah.
I'd really appreciate
I
that,
got
man.
you.
Thank you. I really
Oh,
appreciate it.
And was he like
anybody that crosses my
super
fucking-
appreciative like of everything
Yes,
you were doing
like
too?
he was so overly nice and appreciative of me asking if he wanted a bag, if he wanted a
got
receipt.
you. Okay.
Like being
Let's-
overly like generous to
Yeah.
this guy. He was so appreciative
Let's
of.
continue. Let's continue. All right.
Man, I'll fuck anybody up.
Do you want to donate 5
cents
cents to the charity, sir?
Yeah. Can I hear a little bit more about this charity?
Yeah,
Man,
sure.
I'll fuck anybody
So-
up right now. I swear to God, cross my fucking
It helps
kids.
the homeless kids in
Fuck the
Africa.
fucking kid.
And
Fuck that. Man.
these kids have their own
Okay.
special science project
Man, I'll
happening
fuck
in the
anybody up right
sideline.
now. Fucking, I'll kill anybody.
Really?
Yeah,
What is the project?
they're developing
Swear to fucking God, man, I will
solar
literally
panels
murder people.
all
I
across
will-
the tri-state,
I murdered 85
trying to develop their own
people
energy.
within the last
So what do you
Solar
say?
panels?
Yeah,
Can I donate 25 cents?
of course.
Really?
Yeah.
I will get you anything you fucking need, whether that be weed, cocaine, crystals, whatever the fuck you need, bro.
sir.
Yeah,
Of course. Thank you.
I have
Man,
a
I
question.
swear
What
to
was
fucking God.
Like exactly like that. Play by
what was
play.
what was the appearance?
So
Bob.
he,
He had a fucking
you know, now that I think about it, I did hear a faint tick, but so he like was my height, neck long dreads, had like a shirt, a jacket, a jacket, a jacket, a jacket.
Oh shit! So he must have been tweaking.
And like 2 pairs of pants and some old ass shoes.
A jacket, no hoodie jacket, a jacket,
And
then a zipper.
And dude was cool when he was talking to me, but he like I could see the flip of the switch multiple times.
Yeah.
Of just like talking to me, and then he would just like.
Man, don't pick anybody up right now.
Now that's
Man,
him
I
just
swear
trying to
God.
control his alternate person.
I think so. And I was like, what the fuck do I do? Like, do I acknowledge the fact that he's having 2 different conversations?
And that he's
or do I
threatening me under his breath.
Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening.
Thank you.
Subscribe, hit the bell button, comment.
Subscribe.
If you guys are also scared of growing nose, so that we don't know so that we do know we're not
Let
the
us
only
know what you
ones.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That being said,
Cool. Yeah. Have a good night. We'll see you guys soon.
Rihanna's single again.
And I bust like a gun and I show like a stun in this bitch. Show like a stun in this bitch. No joke, I'm running this shit. Bars like a gun, I'm unloading the